Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. Let's take a clearing breath to bring us here now in this beautiful space and place that we've created. I was just looking through some material, and there's just so much material on the efficacy, the efficiency, and the evidence-based research to our energy systems and our biofield. So thank you for being here with me. So we delve into this beautiful resource, both inner and externally, that is available to us. Our free will here in our own ability to create what it is that is most important to you and to me for ourselves, whether it be healing, on our way to bliss, or just recognizing that there is bliss in every single moment of every single day, no matter how painful the situation is that we are witnessing here and today. And that we are working with the collective by changing and becoming better humans all the way around, all the way around. My name is Deborah O'Neill. I'm the CEO and founder of blissbe.me, blissbe.me, M-E, Integrative Holistic Health. I'm here to share because I deeply, deeply care. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. I thought I'd look at another resource, share with you another resource that I love to incorporate into my world, into my life, that I find brings me strength, brings me energy, brings me connection, and it's pure joy and bliss to experience. And that is stones. This is my book of stones. And as you can see, it's a fantastic resource for me. I've shared with you at each stage of what we've been working through, different stones that I've incorporated on our journey together. So I thought I'd share that two that I've been working with the last few days that we've been working in this area and their meaning, and give you some insight into it. I've always had an affinity for stones. I've collected stones wherever I go. Whenever I'm on a vacation, I always find a stone to pick up. When I was two different times through my travels in India, you wouldn't believe my bag, my backpack that I carried on my back, and the stones that I accumulated. And I took pictures of the stones wherever I was when I found a special stone, so that I remembered where it was from and had the meaning making behind it. When I'd be in constant reflection, you can imagine on a spiritual pilgrimage to the Himalayan mountains in the north, and we started in Rishikesh and traveled up to 11,500 feet in the Himalayas in Badrinath. You can imagine the collection that I had as I walked along the Ganga River. Even in November, I actually dipped my whole body in the Ganga River, not once, but 3 times, to cleanse myself, to offer myself that purification, to sort of have some symbology for my devotion to my higher learning in this area. And then in 2015, I went to the South India to study with the ashram at Sri Aurobindo, teachings for my advanced integrative energy healing program. So you can imagine the collection of stones that I collected there in the reflective places in the red soil. We'd walk down these red soil roads to the Matra Mandir. It was exquisite, absolutely exquisite. My heart longs to be back there. So one of the stones that I'm working with is a really interesting stone. I said that the third eye is kind of like an indigo. So I'm wondering if you can sort of see this on the reflection of the light on the side there. It's got these beautiful, beautiful colors in it. And I love that it has this center white point. So when I'm looking at stones, this one actually was brought home to me from a friend that was traveling in Sedona. My heart goes out to her in deep gratitude for working through the list that I provided for her. And this is something that she stumbled upon that wasn't on the list that she brought me back. And it is called Auralite. And it's a stone. It's actually found in Canada, like I said, and it's a stone of new consciousness. It contains 23 different elements in it. and it engenders sensations of peace and tranquility. It quiets the mental and emotional bodies. It stimulates telepathic, which we're into that psychic region of the third eye, in the sort of the clairvoyance, the ability to see, and a connection with the spirit realm, and connects ones to the higher self. Promotes deeper inner purification and releases old emotional karmic patterns, increases one's psychic and sensitivities, enhances insight into one's spiritual purpose. It offers cellular regeneration. And I can hear you. Where do I get one of these? It's called Auralite. And often, if wherever you may be, there may be a gem show that comes through where you live, and you might be able to find one. I love it because it's flat. So when I do my japa, meaning I use my meditation beads, I put it on the top of my head, and I sit straight, and I imagine that aligning portal opening up into divine to divine creator source energy, higher self. And it allows me to know that I'm sitting in a way that all the flow of the body is balanced, that homeostasis. And then I bring it down, and I give thanks and gratitude for my practice and for my connection and my communication with my helpers. Another one that I like to use is called crystals, just regular crystals. They're not just, because they're so powerful. And there's so many different types of crystals. This one was on my list, my request list, phenacite. And you can see it doesn't need to be a massive, massive rock. Whoopsies. But this stimulates the third eye as well. And it's I call it a vintage white. And I love it that it's a little pyramid, because I love the idea of the properties of a pyramid. It promotes that inner knowingness, and it facilitates a deep meditation, brings the way of unconditional love, the way of heavenly being into one's physical reality, helps in healing ceremonies and chakra clearings, and provides a connection to other planes of existence. It works with the prefrontal lobe of the head. So it's also another one that I absolutely love. And it's beryllium. So it's the different properties in them for the mineral base, which provides the crystal's own growth and its own. What's really neat with the crystals is that they have the ability to heal themselves. So when they crack in the ground, they actually reform again. And within that, they have, there's just so much about them. They retain a memory. That's why they're used in computers. That's why they're used in watches. That's why they're used in NASA. They're used in so many different functions in our world. And the properties can go into water. So that's why a lot of people put crystals in water, but be noted that not all crystals can go in water. Not all stones can go in water if they have lime, or they may have something that they're going to dissolve into the water. So that takes a little bit more research, which can often be found in the Book of Stones. This book is also available, I believe it's online, and you can get it in pocket size. I have it on my phone, which I could find for free. So you just need to do a little research and you may be able to find it. If not, it's available at most common bookstores. The Auralite, now I wanted to just share with you the properties, some of the properties that's in this stone, if I can pronounce them all. So it's a synergistic combination of different minerals, including titanite, cacoxenite, lepidocrosite, ajoite, hematite, magnetite, pyrite, prilositite, gold, silver, platinum, nickel, copper, iron, limonite, sulfurite, covalite, chalcorite, guiolite, epidite, bornite, rutilite, and smoky quartz in amethyst, set to balance all the chakras. So it has 23 different minerals in this, which is incredible. It's incredible. You can see pretty much all the different formations that have come together in that. So I thought we'd just have a little fun and look at the stones that I love to bring in. I did find some obsidian. Now the obsidian is wonderful as a protector. Let's see if I can find it quickly. I had it bookmarked and I've lost my bookmark. And it comes in different forms, but it's just simply a black stone, and it's beautiful, and I would encourage you to have it. It helps to clear away negative projections, right? Here it is. It's the psychic protection, grounding, cleansing of negativity and negative communication. The element is the earth, of course. So this is our grounding stone. And pure obsidian is pure, glassy black color, which can appear in very dark brown when strong light is shined on the edges. But this one is pretty much pure black. It's an energy that is of protection. Its frequency seals the aura, the biofield, and removes energetic attachments, hooks, and cords. We talked about cords. We talked about when we like somebody, we're creating an energetic cord to that person. We've got cords with all people in our families. And the same thing when we hate somebody or we don't like somebody. Whenever we have a strong feeling and emotion towards something, or if we were grasping at something, then we're creating a cord. And often those cords can be attached to us and we're not even knowing it. So that's where this stone was important to bring in. I had that day where I felt really off for the first time, and I felt that there was some sense of energy that was being brought into our circle, into our environment, and towards myself. And then I so lovingly received confirmation from a dear friend that was on at the time that said, what was up? And I said, I know exactly that point in that time and in our communication together that was taking place. So yes, so I've got some obsidian, and I've got enough to put in all the kits that I'm going to have available at the end if you wish to purchase sort of the kit of the rocks that we've introduced, that I've introduced to you for your use and for your keepsake of this fabulous time that we've had together. And as we move forward, we'll use them as we move forward in the membership as well. So there you go. Let's feel your feet on your floor where you're at, and turn on our sensory, and let's ground, center, and align, because this is the most important. This is so very important. Let's ground, center, and align for all beings, including ourselves. Let's invite that energy in. Let's amp it up a little bit as we sit straight. Pretend you've got one of those auralite rocks, those flat rocks on your head. Hey, and then allow that spine, and talk about bringing right into a centering, right into an aligning position. If you've got something flat that you can put on your head, practice that. And if it falls off, so be it. It's okay. And breathe that energy right down to the central core of the earth. Right down. Put on the sensories. Feel those cool or cold rocks. Feel the sand. Feel the molten warmth. Be drawn down. Allow that etheric feet and those tree roots to be drawn down to that central crystalline core of the earth, that powerhouse of the frequency of 7 to 25 to 30 hertz that we're drawing up into the bottom of our feet, into our calves, into our thighs and our hips, ensuring that we've engaged the deep diaphragmatic breath. It's one of the biggest muscles in our body. Let's expand it and contract it with our breath, expanding the ribs and the back into the lungs. Oh, and expand the lungs. Let's expand for the world, for the globe, from all the contraction and fear and pain, sadness, the remorse, the reality of what we're living in. Let's breathe in that love, expand that Mother Earth energy over the shoulders, washing away the worry and the anxiety of not only you and me, but all. Giving them this ground, giving you the ground, giving me the ground to stand for our beliefs, for stand for oneness, for our stand in love. Bring it down the arms to the hands so that we can act and speak and touch with compassion, grace, and love. Bring it into the voice, into the gateway, into the, thy will, thy will. Bring it into the head and over the cranium, and offering this beautiful Mother Earth nurturing energy as we center and align. Centering and bringing that alignment in and up, fine line out divine through the center part of the crown of the head. Let's activate it by simply tapping on it, bringing that fine line to divine creator source energy, and allowing this energy, this golden white light, to come down and through this portal. These two energies are evident and are tracked within our environmental systems. They are plappable, they're trackable as to what the resonance is as we create this harmonic resonance within our bodies and ourselves with the energy field of the earth and the sky. We're bringing these two rhythms together upon request. And setting our resolve, setting our intention, setting our request, our ask and our listen in this space. As we go in and bring in that mantra and we sit in this void, this stillness of the third chakra. In the Yoga Sutras yesterday, we were talking about the emptiness. We were talking about this vastness, this void, this emptiness in all the objects. All these objects come and we give such meaning making to it and such grasping. And there is that emptiness in the void. Especially at this time, it's very hard for me, even after all this time, to know what I know and to see what I see in a witness point of view. Because as an empathic person, it's easy for me to get into that hamster wheel. It's easy for me to get into that place that does not serve my highest and greatest good. And if it's not serving my highest and greatest good, it's not serving yours. And it's not serving the collective. So you see, it's so important that we stay connected. It's so important that we rise up in our field, not only in our actions and perhaps our voice and our actions and our thoughts, our simple thoughts and our beliefs. Because our thoughts and our beliefs are our first projections, are our first vibration. So if you're thinking a bad thought, catch it. Say, cancel that. Cancel that. Tell the body, no, this is the thought. Let's reverse that contrast. Or thank you for that contrast. This is in fact how I feel. This is where I stand. We have thoughts of the past. That's our realization of where we're going now into the future, is changing those past thoughts, changing our DNA. Epigenetically, we can change our DNA. This is generational. It's not just you. So don't blame everything on you. This is a thread throughout generations. But we are the thread. We can take that thread. We can take that cord. It's actually a cord. We can take that cord and release it. I don't want any attachment to that. I no longer have attachment to that cord. That's not part of my belief. I'm changing my belief here and now. And if you want to do it quickly, touch base with me. We can work with the belief systems and whole brain to them. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised at what actually shows up in our belief systems that we're entirely not aware of. Let's bring in the mantra Soham. As we sit and ask to find and curate your belief world. As we sit in stillness and emptiness here. And change the synapses within our brain. Change the grooves of generational grooves to the groove that you want, the groove that you stand for. When we're in this place of grounded, centered, and alignment, this is where we set our grooves. These are the grooves that we march to. These are the grooves that we speak to. These is the love, the level of love I know that's within you. Pure love. Step into pure love with me. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Let's take 2 minutes. Let's see how long we can go today without allowing our mind to boot us out. And feel the stillness. Experience the stillness. I love you. And engage in the diaphragmatic breath. Inhaling one smooth inhalation, one smooth exhalation through the nose if you can. I invite you to experience this void, this emptiness. Breathing in the so right up to the third eye and exhaling the hum. Feeling the sit bones on the chair, your feet on the floor. This absolute alignment to your truth. To our guides, to our helpers, to our higher self. To those that unconditionally love us. No pause, no jerks, no noise. Thank you for sitting with me today. I invite you to step out and go for a walk and find a little something, a stone or that catches your eye. Because what's catching your eye is the resonance of that piece, of that flower, of that tree, that stone, that piece of driftwood, whatever it may be. Pick it up and hold it. Ask it a question. Sounds odd, but you know what? We are all energy. Everything, every single thing is energy. Every single thing offers dignity and love. I love this table. I love my little tripod. I love my phone. I love my chai tea. I love the earth. I'm spending the day outside in earth, in my yard. To be grounded all day in gratitude for the beauty and the love and the bounty of Mother Earth and Father Sky. Take it to the next level. That's where the bliss is. As we rise up through this, each area offers that point of bliss. I have 2 cards. This was the one. Healing. Spiritual power of healing, opening and receptivity to the divine influence. Healing comes not from the head, but from the heart. To understand is good, but to will is better. Self-love is the great obstacle. Divine love is the great remedy. Healing comes not from the head, but from the heart. To understand is good, but to will is better. Self-love is the great obstacle. Divine love is the great remedy. I love you. Go out there and make it a great day. See you tomorrow.